Hi, and welcome to mathematicsmadeeasy.com. In the last lecture, we had talked about what are linear equations, what are the linear equations in one variable, how do we solve those linear equations, and what are the different rules to solve those linear equations. And then we also talked about how to form the linear equations from algebraic expressions, so that we can solve those equations and figure out the solutions to the algebraic questions. So today we'll see lots of questions based on that. So let's start our first question on linear equations. Suppose here a question is given as 4/5 of a number is greater than 3/4 of the number by 4. Then find the number. So if there is any such question, then first of all you need to figure out that how can you form a linear equation out of the question. So in all such cases, what we do, we first of all assume that number as a variable whatever has been asked in the question. Like here we are looking for the number, so let's assume that number is x. Now whatever has been said in the question, we'll apply those conditions and we'll try to form a linear equation. Here in the question it is said that 4/5 of a number is greater than 3/4 of the number. So first of all, what will be 4/5 of the number? 4/5 is 4 by 5, right? 4/5 of the number. What is number? We assumed number as x. So 4/5 of the number is 4 by 5x, right? Now is greater than 3/4 of the number. So we'll figure out what is the 3/4. 3/4 is 3 by 4 of the number, means 3 by 4 x, right? So 4/5 of the number is greater than 3/4 of the number by 4. 4/5 of the number is greater than 3/5 of the 4 of the number by how much? 4, right? So we have subtracted 3 by 4, 3/4 of the number from 4/5 of the number, and how much is the difference given? That is 4, right? So whatever has been said in the question, we have written the linear equations in that way. Now we'll simplify this equation and figure out the value of x, and whatever the value of x would be, that would be our answer, right? So let's solve this. Let's simplify this equation. If something is written as 4 by 5x, it is simply means 4x by 5, right? Because x will always be multiplied into numerator. So this is 3x by 4 equal to 4, right? Let's take LCM of denominators. Here LCM is 5 and LCM is 4. So LCM would be 5. LCM of 5 and 4 would be 20. So let's simplify it. 5 4s are 20 and 4 4s are 16. 16x minus 4 5s are 20 and 5 3s are 15. 15x equal to 4. So we will simplify it more. 16x minus 15x would be 1x upon 20 equal to 4. So here 20 is in the division. So if you go, it will go to right side, then it will become multiplication. So it will be 4 into 20. 4 into 20 is how much? 80, right? So x equal to 80. This would be the number. This would be the required number which will satisfy the given equation. So this is your answer. Clear? So for any such type of questions, we'll go through the question carefully. Then we'll figure out. We'll assume whatever has been asked for, and then we'll apply the condition whatever has been given in the question, and then we'll definitely get a linear equation in one variable, and then we'll solve that linear equation using the rules which we have studied for. Got it? Now let's take another example. Here example is given as the sum of three consecutive odd number is 15. Then find the numbers. So do you know what are odd numbers? Odd numbers are those numbers which cannot be divided by 2, right? Just like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc, etc. These are all odd numbers, right? Similarly, what are even numbers? Those numbers which can be divided by 2, like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. These are all even numbers, right? So in the question we need to look for we are looking for the odd numbers, three consecutive odd numbers whose sum is 51, right? Now let's see, observe one property of odd numbers. You can see the difference between each odd number is how much? 2, right? So if I assume the first odd number as x, then how much would be the second odd number? That would be x plus 2. And what about third one? X plus 4, right? So each odd number is what is the difference between each odd number? That is 2, right? So whenever we need to assume three consecutive odd numbers, then we can say x, x plus 2 and x plus 4. Similarly, if there is any question where it is given like three consecutive even numbers, then what we will do again? We'll assume the numbers as x, x plus 2 and x plus 4, right? So we have assumed that there are three odd numbers x, x plus 2 and x plus 4. And now what is the condition given? That sum of these three consecutive number is 51. So let's do that. X, x plus 2 plus x plus 4 equal to how much is given? 51. Now we'll simplify this linear equation and figure out the value of x. As soon as we will get the x, then we'll find out all those odd numbers. So let's open the brackets first. So x plus x plus 2 plus x plus 4 equal to 51. Now we'll simplify this and add the similar terms, 1x, 1x and 1x. How much it would become? 3x. We'll also add the constants 2 and 4, that would become 6, that will be equal to 51. Now we'll simplify it more. 3x equal to 51. 6 is in the left hand side with the plus sign, so if it goes to right hand side, its sign will change and it will become minus 6, right? So 3x is equal to 51 minus 6 would be how much? 45. So we have got 3x equal to 45. So how much would be x? 45. Here 3 is in the multiplication, so in the right hand side it will go as a division, right? In the rules we have learned this. So let's simplify this. X is equal to 15. You have basically learned in the last video that if we move anything from left hand side to right hand side, right hand side to left hand side, then plus will become minus, minus will become plus, multiplication will become division, and division will become multiplication. Do you remember this? So this is the rule we need to use always whenever we are simplifying any linear equation. So we have got the x here, right? And what we have assumed? Odd numbers. We assumed odd numbers are x, x plus 2 and x plus 4, right? So if we put x equal to 15, then what will happen? 15 plus 2 is 17 and 15 plus 4 19. So these are the odd numbers whose sum would be 51. Got it? Moving to the next question. Yes, a man is 24 years older than his son. After 2 years, the man's age will be 3 times that of his son. Find their present ages. These are a little bit tricky questions. and expected at least one question is expected in the exam, so just be attentive and be careful. Whenever you are talking about any age, then we will first assume any age. Like here it is given as a man is 24 years older than his son. So let's assume the age of the son is X. Let's assume age of son is X years, right? So if the age of the son is X year, then how much would be this age of her father, his father? So age of the father is how much? A man is 24 year older than his son, 24, right? So X plus 24 year would be the age of his father, right? So we have got the age of his son, age of the son and age of the father. Now next class says after 2 years the man's age will be 3 times that of his son, right? So if the age of the son is X and the age of father is X plus 24 today, then after how many years? 2 years. So after 2 years the age of the son would be X plus 2, right? And the age of father would be plus 2, whatever was earlier it will be plus 2, right? And now what is the relation between those ages after 2 years? After 2 years the man's age will be 3 times of his son. If we multiply by 3 of the son's age, then it will become the father's age, right? After 2 years. So what we have done? At first we found the age of after 2 years, and then we put the condition that it will become 3 times of the son. So we'll just multiply it by 3 in the age of the son, that so that we both the ages would be equal. So we have got one linear equation in X. Now let's simplify this. 3x plus 3 to the 6 equal to x plus 24 plus 2. Let's simplify is better. 3x plus 6 equal to x plus 26, right? Now we'll move the variable terms in one side and constant term in another side. So we'll move x to left hand side and 6 to right hand side. 3x, so 3x minus x equal to 26 minus 6, right? 6 will go to right hand side with the minus sign and x will come to the left hand side place with a minus sign, right? Let's simplify this now. 3x minus x would be 2x. 26 minus 6 would be 20. So here we have got x equal to 10. So what are the things asked in the question? Find their present ages, right? So x is the age of the son and x plus 24 was the age of the father, right? So age of the son is how much? Age of son would be x, that is 10 years, and age of the father is 10 plus 24, right? X plus 24 we assumed, right? So it will become 10 plus 24, that is 34 years. So father's age would be 34 years and son's age would be 10 years. Got it? So now let's take another example. The length of a rectangular park exceeds its breadth by 17 meters. If the perimeter of the park is 178 meters, then find the dimension of the park, right? So this is the question given. Now we need to figure out the dimensions of the park. Dimensions means breadth and length, right? So it means the park is rectangular, right? Let's say this is the park and this is breadth and this is length, right? So let's assume the breadth is x. Let assume Let's assume the breadth of the park is x meters. So in the question is given as that length of the park is exceeds length of the park exceeds breadth by 17 meters. So length of the park would be how much? X plus 17 meter from the condition given. So the length of the park would be x plus 17. Now if the perimeter of the park is 178 meters, then find the dimensions of the park. So what is the perimeter of the rectangular object? Length would be counted as twice and breadth would be counted as twice, right? So perimeter is how much? 2 times length plus breadth equal to perimeter. This is the formula for perimeter of the rectangular object, right? So 2 times how much is the length? X plus 17 plus how much is the breadth? X equal to how much is the perimeter given? 178. Correct? We'll simplify it better. X plus x 2x plus 17 equal to 178. Let's multiply 2 inside. So 2 to the 4x plus 36 34 equal to 178. So 4x equal to 178 minus 34. Let's subtract it. 4 and 1. So 4 equal to 144, x equal to 144 divided by 4. So we got x equal to 36. So this is your breadth, right? So breadth of the park is 36 meters and length would be how much? X plus 17. So 36 plus 17, that would be 53 meters. So these are the dimensions of the park. 53 meters is the length and 36 meters is the breadth of the park. So you got it? We assumed first that the breadth of the park is x and the length of the park exceeds breadth by 17 meters. So we'll just add and assume that length would be x plus 17. After that, the perimeter of the park is given, that is 178. So we know that if we add all these 4 edges, then it will become the perimeter. So 1 length plus 1 length plus 1 width plus 1 width, that would be 2 length plus 2 breadth, that would be equal to perimeter. And then whatever we have assumed, we'll put all those things in the formula and we'll get a linear equation in x, which we have solved, and we got the value of x we got as 36. So and then x has become our breadth and x plus 17 has become the length of the park. Got it?